The first part of our process is to sit down with our clients and have a chat. You know, our motto is let's talk, and that's exactly what we do.
It was our first and only home, and we have lived in this house since 1970 until the present time, so we're only the second owners of the house.
We like to sit down and understand what the needs are, what the goals are, and then we can formulate a plan to help achieve those goals.
We've never sold a house before. This is our own one and only house we've ever owned. And so yeah, I'm looking to Sohail completely. I wish he'd be in Vancouver when I'm out there looking for a place to move into.
There's no one-size-fits-all solution to this business. Everybody's situation is unique and requires a different plan.
So my name is Lucy Brandt. I have been a home stager in Toronto for 15 years. I've been working with Sohail for the last 10, and I'm really excited about staging this home. The first time I worked with Sohail, he was selling a condo, and this is probably going back about 10 years ago.
It was a bachelor pad and it looked like one. Lucy and the team came in and completely transformed the space, and we ended up selling that one for a record-breaking price. It was the highest price ever for a bachelor unit in the building. And that was the moment where I knew that this is something that should be done moving forward for all of our properties.
And we started our working relationship then. We've gone from selling condos, I believe I staged his condo, and we've been working together ever since. So when I walk through the front door, I usually look first at the walls, I look at the ceiling height, and I look at the floors. It's the shell of the home. Buyers tend to be drawn to what's in the home, so they're looking at the furniture. They're not necessarily looking at how do I lay out my furniture, where can I put my dining table, where does the TV go? It's in the back of their minds, but my job when I come into a home is automatically to think of those questions. How is the buyer going to live in the property? How can I showcase the function and use of the space as best as I can? So those are the things that I come into a room asking myself. This home's a great example because you've got a home that was built in the 60s. It's got some of those 60s elements. How do I make it contemporary and appealing to a buyer today? So we meet people in all walks of life who have to sell their homes. And there's one thing about staging a vacant property. We can do that with our eyes closed. It's still fun. But there's something about this kind of a situation where someone's transitioning from one season of life to another, or we can come in and try to make that as seamless as possible. Sohail has a great team, and we work with him to help people. And usually after they see their home, after the staging is done, we get all kinds of wonderful responses, and that really makes our job worthwhile.
There are so many points where I get satisfaction out of this process. Watching a client walk into the home after the day of staging is amazing because they have this look of wow on their face.
Wow, is this my house? That's really great. It's seeing your house again for the first time. Wow. It's amazing what a different set of eyes a decorator can do, isn't it?
It really
To a
is.
place I've lived in for 30 odd years, and it looks completely different for the first time. That's amazing.
We've been working with our partners for a number of years, and we can say with confidence that they are great at what they do, and they're an extension of us. In a lot of cases, after the home is staged, clients will come to us and say they really wish they did this sooner. And that is really what happens. Most people will leave these projects until they're pretty much ready to sell and say, you know what, we should have done this ages ago. And in some cases, they'll say, we don't want to sell now because it looks so good. My favorite part of the process has to be the marketing. You know, to come up with some unique ideas to market a property is, again, it gives me that chance to show the creative side, to do something different. From custom designed feature sheets and brochures, to postcards, to social media advertising, there aren't any corners cut in the process. It's amazing what we can do with technology these days. We can target people based on their age, where they live, the language they speak. We can use all of that to target our ads and make sure that our marketing budget is reaching the right eyes. Over the years, we've done twilight photography because most homes look best in those hours just before sunset. I'm always available for my clients, morning, noon, or night. If a client calls me at 10 p.m., chances are I'm going to be there and pick up the phone myself.
Everything I've mentioned to him, he just said, I'll take care of it. And little things, mostly, that we've picked up as the process has gone on. And I've never known anyone reply to phone calls as quickly as Sohail does. You can send him a message at 10:30 at night and you'll get an answer.
Once the preparations are done and the home is staged, that's when we're ready to go on the market. We'll usually hold open houses the first weekend and potentially other weekends if it's still for sale. We've had great success in selling in record-breaking times and for record-breaking prices.
Well, we chose Sohail. We looked at several agents at the beginning, and I'm so delighted that we made the choice we did, because he was with us all the way, still is, still sending me information on recommended movers to Vancouver and that sort of thing. I'm happy with the whole process. I've had and have so much confidence in Sohail. I've just recommended him to good friends of mine who've already talked to him, and they've been just as impressed with Sohail's professionalism.
SO&Co is more than just myself, Shawn, and Joelle. It's all the people behind the scenes as well that help to make sure that everything is done properly, and that we all work together to make sure that a client's place is shown in the best light possible.